Welcome to Plot 27. Three young women arrive in Thailand to teach English over the summer. They are Alex, Julia, and Rachel. During their stay in Thailand, the three of them live in an old house by the river. Alex takes an object from a small shrine in front of the house, known as a spirit house, unaware that a man is watching her. They then enter the house and find a golden statue of a little girl. Julia urges her friends to leave immediately, feeling uneasy about the ancient statue, and that night, the statue suddenly glows. The next day, the three of them plan to go into town to buy groceries, but they hear the sound of something falling. Rachel rushes inside to check, and it turns out to be the old man who had been watching Alex. A man dressed as a nurse then arrives and apologizes, explaining that the old man often wanders around. While in town, Alex feels like two men are following them. Rachel confronts the men, and they walk away. Later, Alex and her friends go to a local bar and find the same two men are also there. A man named Colin approaches them, but Julia feels uncomfortable as Colin flirts with her. It turns out the two men are Colin's friends. Rachel, who's already drunk, joins them and convinces Alex and Julia that Colin and his friends are good guys. After partying, Alex and the others invite the three men back to their house to continue the party, but the screen suddenly goes black. Alex and her friends then brutally murder Colin and his friends. The next morning, the three girls wake up as if nothing happened. Julia says she had a violent dream and is surprised when Alex and Rachel say they had the same dream. They search the house and realize their belongings are missing, including the golden statue. Julia reports the incident to the housing director, but is confused when she's told there was never any statue in the house. The three girls are left puzzled, convinced they saw a golden statue in the house. They return to town and Rachel asks a statue seller about it. She says the golden statue resembles a little girl standing near them, but the statue seller is confused as he doesn't see anyone. Rachel walks out of the shop and sees the little girl, who seems to beckon her. Alex and Julia follow her, and the girl leads them to the house of a terrifying old woman named Isra. Rachel explains they are looking for a golden statue of a little girl. Isra shows them a photo of the statue, saying it is called Kamari, the golden girl. Kamari was a child sacrificed in a sacred ritual, but the child resisted, and the little girl they've been seeing is actually Kamari's spirit. Isra tells them that by taking the object from the spirit house, they accidentally freed Kamari. She gives them necklaces for protection, but Alex, skeptical of Isra's story, throws hers away. Julia contacts her boyfriend Shane to find out more about the legend of Kamari. After researching, Shane tells her that Kamari was a little girl who was sacrificed, and her body was covered in gold. The Thai government banned the ritual, but many people still practice it and sell the statues on the black market. That night, Alex sees her wardrobe door open on its own and is terrified when Kamari suddenly appears in front of her. Julia, while showering, is also terrorized by Kamari. Rachel finds bloodied clothes under her bed, and elsewhere, a mysterious figure visits Isra and kills her. The next day, Alex and the others find muddy footprints inside their house. They go to Isra's house, but she's nowhere to be found. When they return home, the old man appears again, holding the object Alex had taken from the spirit house. The nurse explains that the old man wanted to know about the family who used to live in the house years ago, but he has forgotten they no longer live there. Before leaving, the old man says Alex and her friends have taken everything from him. They then go to the old man's house to learn what's really happening. With the nurse translating, the old man named Sang tells them the old house used to belong to his brother, Tiwa, and his wife, Samern. They had a daughter named Vanita. Samern became pregnant again, but fell gravely ill, and no doctor could help. In desperation, Tiwa turned to Isra, whom some called a witch. Tiwa asked Isra to save his wife and unborn child. Isra told him that a life had to be sacrificed, Vanita's. However, Isra said there was a way to preserve Vanita's soul. If Vanita was covered in her father's blood and then coated in gold, her spirit would live on forever and bring fortune to the family. Tiwa agreed to the ritual, though his wife did not. Tiwa forced Sang to help by bringing gold and tools from his shop. The next day, they performed the ritual with Isra's help. Sang was forced to kill both Tiwa and Vanita, but the plan fell apart when Samern committed suicide. Isra warned that Vanita's spirit would become restless because her death was meaningless. Isra then made a talisman and placed it in the spirit house to keep Vanita's soul from escaping, the object Alex had taken when they first arrived. Sang gives the talisman to Rachel, and they must stop Komari immediately. Back at the house, Alex argues with Rachel. Alex is angry that Sang killed a child and covered her in gold just to save an unborn baby. She burns the talisman and scatters salt. Meanwhile, Sang is shocked to see the nurse grab a knife and stab himself, possessed by Vanita. Vanita reveals that her father actually wanted to sacrifice Sang, but Sang refused and chose Vanita instead. Rachel and the others rush to Sang's house after hearing screams. They enter and find the nurse's dead body and Sang holding a knife. Julia pushes him, and he hits his head on a chair, dying instantly. Julia panics, realizing she just killed Sang. The three girls flee. Rachel tells Julia to pack her things and leave Thailand immediately, but they hear Alex screaming from inside a secret room in the house. It turns out to be an underground chamber where Tiwa had performed the sacrifice. Rachel and Julia slowly enter, and they are shocked to find the corpses of Colin and his friends. Alex, now acting strange, says she killed Isra. She ties up Rachel and Julia, then kills Julia and takes her blood. When she's about to kill Rachel, she suddenly stops as Rachel calls out Vanita's name, revealing that Alex has been possessed by Vanita. Rachel pleads with Vanita to stop, but the enraged spirit kills Rachel. Still possessed, Alex calls Shane, crying and pretending something has happened to Julia. She tells him to come to Thailand, and the film ends. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.